while ago, somebody suggested that I write a blog about how I set up my tank. At first, I thought this would be a waste of time because all the information is already online. However, as I got deeper and further into the hobby, I found that things started to get a little bit confusing. All the information is rarely found in one place, and oftentimes information will contradict each other between different places. Now, I have been lucky enough to have kept aquariums since I was a child, so I already had a leg up on most people who enter this hobby, as I already knew the ins and outs of the details that are sometimes overlooked and never really written about. Now, I'm not pretending to be an expert, however, I feel like I do have experiences to share with other people who keep aquariums, and this series is going to focus on my experiences and hopefully shed some light on the topic. As aquarium owners, a basic knowledge of biology and chemistry is very useful. This pilot episode is going to focus on what I feel is the most important concept that a budding aquarium owner must understand before purchasing any livestock. This concept is called the cycle, or the nitrogen cycle, and it's common among both freshwater and saltwater aquariums. Keeping a box of water on land is unnatural. It is not normal. Sea creatures do not belong on land. They have lived in the ocean for far longer than the first humans have walked this earth. The primary issue is that aquariums are essentially closed. Imagine living in an airtight house. What would happen? Carbon dioxide levels would rise, oxygen would fall, and you would eventually suffocate. Things will build up in closed spaces. In aquariums, carbon dioxide is an issue, as fish also breathe oxygen, but the primary concern before anything can live in it is ammonia. Any decaying matter, or fish poop, is converted into ammonia. If this ammonia has nowhere to go, it will rise to toxic levels very quickly. Even tiny amounts of ammonia are very toxic. We need to convert this ammonia into something safe, using bacteria. Bacteria can eat this ammonia and essentially neutralize it into nitrite, which is not nearly as harmful. Then another type of bacteria can neutralize it even further into nitrate, which is even less harmful. The complete cycle looks something like this. So these two types of bacteria must already be in the tank before we add any livestock. If we add a fish without adding these bacteria, ammonia will rise and the fish will most likely die. This happens very often when people set up a new tank and quickly add a few fish. There are some fish that can handle some levels of ammonia, but it would be in the fish's best interest to already have its natural environment set up before being introduced into the tank. So where can we grow these bacteria? Well, we can grow them on any surface, but we want as many bacteria as possible. To do this, we're going to need something with a lot of surface area. In freshwater systems, you will often see filters that hang off the back of the aquarium with some sort of spongy material in it. People often think that this is to remove crap floating around in the water, but its primary purpose is to give a home for the bacteria to grow in large numbers. This sponge has many tiny holes in it, and bacteria will flourish, eating up all the ammonia and nitrite and converting it into nitrate. The sponge filter is a freshwater tank's lifeline, and without it, ammonia would build up and it would most likely crash. Instead of sponge filters, saltwater aquariums will use live rock, which not only takes care of the bacteria that makes up the nitrogen cycle, but also stabilizes the water in many other ways. My next video will discuss everything about live rock, but until then, thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe if you want to see more. I'll leave you here with a couple minutes of alone time with my 75-gallon mixed reef.